All right, we have the Radiance. Check out that blue Queen of Pain. Who screams at that many people? We have the Dire. I gotta be honest, I like the red one better. We have an intro. Yeah, you do like your blue. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a red and blue edition of Dota 2 Ability Draft with Stargate, who's over there, even though you can't see him. Funny story, Stargate sound was not recording for this entire video. I'm still going to post it, but it's going to be weird. Hope you enjoy it anyway. And me, KarmaKnight. We have a game for you today. There are some interesting builds. There are some struggles, some struggle buses that will be ridden. And he does pretty well. So I personally totally agree with not going Illuminate. Necromastery and Mortal Strike is such a strong laning combo. I 100% would have taken those two things also. Yep. I think that sentence can just end it. Why would you choose Illuminate for me? And again, the answer is because you want something that's not right click. But like, if you want something that's not right click, I think that needs to be like a stun or a slow. Like, take a look at Quap's build. She's got 2 right click effects, and then she's got Shadow Strike, which is a slow. That makes sense, right? And the Illuminate just I don't get it. Wouldn't have been my pick. Anyway, looks like there's going to be a little scramble for the top river rune, as well as the bottom jungle rune. But nobody dies for now. Although I can't help but notice that the Radiant is immediately up 1,000 gold. Did they just get all the runes? What happened there? Yeah, Radiant got 3. Radiant got 3 out of 4 runes. That's hilarious. All right, let's take a look at lane matchups. We'll start with mid since we're already talking about these two. These are both excellent right-click builds with a spell mixed in and an ult mixed in. I think Quap's is vastly superior. Yeah. I think, okay, so for the right-click skills, they're both strong laning right-click skills. Like, she's going to get the increased range and headshot. He's going to get the increased damage and guaranteed crits for Mortal Strike. I think Sniper's right-click picks are a little bit stronger for laning, but, like, only a little bit. They both have a fantastic pair of right-click abilities for laning phase. But then for their abilities, yeah, definitely. But then for their abilities, like, Quap has a damage over time and a slow, and James has a big slow nuke that he can use to clear a wave that he can cast like twice before he's out of mana. Yeah. Yeah, I don't love it. I do really like his ult pick. The stuns from some familiars serves very well to round out a right-click build. Well, that's some next level business that I can't even begin to get my head around, but, you know, stunning somebody twice with them is also good. I actually like Quap's ult better. Just because she can always farm super aggressively, and whenever there's a team fight or somewhere she needs to be, she can just relocate to it and then go back to her farming 10 seconds later. It's a fantastic ult for a carry. Doesn't add any damage, but she can like relocate to a position where she's hard to hit and attack from, you know, out of the trees or whatever with take aim. Yeah, I really like Quap's build. This is very strong. All right, let's check out some other lanes. Let's look at bottom. How about bottom next? I thought you were a boobs guy. It is Mr. Bitch and I, bottom, tethered together. And this combo on Mr. Bitch, this tether voodoo restoration thing, is wild. Like, I won't spoil how it goes, but like, this is fantastically good sustain. Like, I already know laning against tether is rough, and being supported by tether, I just felt like I never had to worry about my life in lane at all. It was pretty cool. Yeah. There's cool things. For me, the coolest one is it's just like a ridiculous amount of HP sustain. You'll see when we start fighting. You'll see when we start fighting, there are definitely moments where like I 100% should be dead, and I just don't go down. I definitely get overconfident a couple times and the tether wears out and I end up dead. But there are lots of fights where I don't die and I feel like I probably should have. Yep. Yep. Shrapnel to, you know, farm and then pretty much turn into a dog and run at people. You might notice that I am the only melee hero on our team, which may have something to do with the number of deaths I have. I'm definitely the front line, and I pretty much die in every major fight, whether they go well or not. So, you know, there's that. Yeah. Or Boulder smashes me off of him and then uses Death Ward, so I'm way out of position. They go on Io right now, and he takes some damage, but then he's pretty much just fine. And I just go back into last hit more. This is quite a build. I like Venge's build also. He doesn't build it the way I would have. For me, this is Ag's Manta build. Because of spirits. Oh man, the paralyzing cast was such a headache this game. So, casting Tether causes Io to pretty much teleport on top of me. And paralyzing cast bounces between two targets. There are so many moments this game. So many moments this game where he jumps on me and then we're just both stunned forever. It's rough. It's really rough. Alright, let's introduce top lane. And we'll start watching some fights. What are you implying that stuns win games, sir? How dare you? My front is affronted by this statement. I've got to say, a stun and a slow and bonus damage plus focus fire is a real scary build. This is a, if I show up and catch you out, you're gonna die. Need to silence maybe as some follow-up, but like, this is so scary. So strong, so scary. Yeah, what do you not like about it? Oh, like the item basher? Yeah, I approve. Oh, did you see that? Witch Doctor just canceled the stun by blinking forward. Oh, that was awesome. That was such a cool play. Alright, speaking of cool play and cool build, this Witch Doctor has just the most amazing troll build. Yeah. Okay, so there's two combos to speak about here. The first one is Maledict and Shadow Rays, which is get Maledict on them and then do a metric fuck ton of damage with Shadow Rage, and then they just die. Then they just die. And he is leveling that first, obviously. The other one, which is hilarious, is Blink and Nether Swap. This guy is clearly well versed in using Blink. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Looks like VS went top, and that is a dead Wind Ranger. Rotation's OP. Will the Shadow Fiend die as well? Yes, he will. Woo, that does so much damage early. Oh yes, super stuck was a theme this game. When they got on us, if we didn't have everybody there or somebody to eat all the stuns before the fight got going, me. Yeah, the chain stuns were brutal this game, and Visage had a lot to do with that. Check out this build: Spirit Form, Shackle Shot, Magic Missile, just such solid and repeating crowd control. Looks like they want to immediately go on Wind Ranger again. And I think that's going to work. In fact, it's going to work twice. Maybe not. Maybe not. Shadow Fiend gets away. Okay, not going to work twice, but that was a nice, brutal gank up top. Haters gotta hate, man. I agree. Chakra Magic, Refreshing, Solar Bind, and Scream of Pain just seems greedy. And it's so much better with like any stun. I guess Solar Bind is at least as slow, but like it doesn't do damage, it doesn't stun. Yeah. Oh yeah, oh we need stuns, we need BKBs, we need items and levels. We definitely realized early that our entire hope this game was dragging this into the late game. Also, this other team, you may notice that 6th slot up there on the left, they have a coach. They have somebody coordinating for them. And man, that is apparent in the early game. I don't know how we survived. There's one of the big nether swaps. Followed by some CC and some stun. Oh yeah. Yeah. As soon as they're alone in the middle of the enemy team, they just pop. I am going to write down awesome uses of Blink and Swap. Probably make that my short for today. Alright, so we have introduced the builds. Let's take a look at net worth. I feel like that's always a really good indication of how the game's going. And Quap is crushing it. So even though James has higher damage and theoretically better ability to last hit, that 3 points into headshot means that Quap can really harass, which makes standing in range to headshot and get those last hits much harder. Big fight goes down top. That's another gank. Shadow Fiend goes down. Didn't really catch that fight. We decide to go seek some vengeance. And they run. They run so hard. Yeah, I have Presence of the Dark Lord. So I was thinking I just wanted some armor melt. But alas, I am too far forward and I eat all of the damage and I explode. Also, they're all top. Pop's still mid. And we're like getting it together and realizing that there's 4 of them up here. But yeah, they all came for that. Except for Quap, who's still just happily farming away mid, which the build like that is exactly what you should be doing. On Sniper? It's excellent. I think you already know my take on Mask of Madness. Is whether you want to cast spells or not, having attack damage and attack speed and a decent chunk of lifesteal is very good. let's back up to like 1250. 1253. Oh, nope, that's not far enough. Let's back up to 1230. 1230. All right, I'm at 1230. The Quap is finishing the tower. Do we want to like pause and resync her games for a hot second here? Oh god, she's just hitting him from the headshots. Oh, that was gross. You're at 1235. Okay, I'm at 12. Let's pause at 1235 and then start together. So, I am paused. Ready? 3, play. All right, and Quap goes on Sniper. And Sniper decides to turn around and fight. And he's already very low. Well, knocked back a bunch of times. And actually, that superior damage build just totally paid dividends. And the Mask of Madness really helped with that. So he got all the lifesteal. Yeah, no, and he goes into lifesteal a little bit more off the creep wave and survives the dagger. Yep. Well played, Mr. Two-Test. And yeah, I really like his starting build. Power Treads and Mask of Madness is just a great early power spike, and it absolutely just saved his butt right there. The 80 bonus damage from Souls, plus like the huge pile of attack speed for Mask is just, yeah, he can very much win the trade if he can get in range of Quap. But that pushback her abilities were doing when he was trying to get in was huge. Like, he almost wasn't able to get to her. All right, we've got a fight brewing top again. Brewing. Anyway, we're all jungling, and they're all hanging out in the left side of our jungle. I get caught. I try to ult so I can get out, but it's not enough. Did you see what happened right there? That was a tether to save me, and then we're both stunned by Cask. Yep. Ugh, so gross. It's definitely more than once. And it's so frustrating because Mr. Bitch is like, I'll save you! And then he gets there and we're both perma-stunned because he got too close and we're both like, no, not again! It's rough. It's rough. Yeah, that is a good pick. Yep, that was a nice setup. I don't know if he knows how fast you can cast Shadow Rays. Yeah, I feel like he could have gotten the kill there if he just held down that button. No, but like, he took one shot and then like took a moment to reassess, which arguably is the right decision. Because, you know, bothering to make sure you hit is theoretically a good thing. Look at all these guys hanging out in our jungle, just waiting for the fight. We got Windrunner top looking to get picked off, and Shadow Fiend goes out to jungle trying to get picked off, and all 5 of them are just hanging out under this ward. Well, just looking for the fight. And apparently we have no idea, because I just happily ran into jungle. I might have been looking for them, actually. I don't remember. I also noticed that Mr. Two-Test is doing a good job of not being with the team right now, which at 16 minutes is totally what he should be doing. Hanging out elsewhere, getting some farm. Yep, he's got his birds though, and just hanging out in a lane where there's nobody, getting solo lane farm at 16 minutes is pretty awesome. A little bit sus with their whole team hanging out in our triangle. And they very much have map control at this point. I feel like our team just hung out around the T2 mid for so long right here, just like trying to pull the trigger on some fight. Like, we had pretty good vision around the area and we just couldn't find a moment where it felt like a good idea to go on these guys. They ping, and here comes the swap. And that's all she wrote for me. Yeah, they have some big burst damage ults, and they do a really great job of hitting them when swap comes up. And like, well, he got the 2 stuns in after that fight. I'm not sure if that counts as doing well. Tab Q, tab Q. It's not that hard. That's fair. Yeah, either they get killed or you're like, haha, I saved my familiar. Good job, me. And then you're like, wait, I'm dead. Yep, yep. Oh, they were camping mid, so I was like, maybe I'll go bottom to like get some farm in. No, this just shows up and just ruins my fun. And then everybody shows up. Meanwhile, Wind Ranger happily farms jungle. They are posturing up for our T1 bottom. That is some gruesome wave clear from the Witch Doctor. Blap, blap, blap. Wave's gone. Now, I feel like that could have been some stuns and a deny on the tower there. The familiar's never stunned. The tower didn't get denied. Interesting. Yep. I'm really confused by our Shadow Fiend. There were so many times where I was farming and he showed up and Scream of Pain the wave. There is the swap. There's the Death Ward Maledict off 2 different heroes, and Shadow Fiend walks away at full health. Thanks to the IO. And also IO sees me going ult and tethers up on me. I believe we have finally got this. That's a kill. Alright, it goes from 14-5 to 14-6. We want to keep it going. But alas, my wolf form just ended. Oh yeah, my guy with Wolverine claws has samurai swords on his belt, you know, just in case he doesn't feel like using his awesome glowing claws. It's a different skin. Venge is doing stuff in our jungle and dies for it. Not sure what Venge was doing right there. The Quap is in a little bit of trouble. But Quap has friends. I think we know it, so we peel off. Alright, that's a couple of kills for us, despite their extremely well-coordinated ganks all throughout the game so far. We got a couple kills. So Wind Ranger is rocking a Witchblade, a Broadsword, brown boots, and still multiple Ironwood branches. Looks like she must have just bought something else. We've got Earth Spirit pushing lanes with Skeletons. Here we go. The Illuminate is officially useful. Yeah, he just ate that entire creep wave, which I was gonna eat. Not salty. And there's a big swap. And all the spells go down, and Sniper explodes. Yeah, they're gross. BKBs? Vision, yeah, Vision would help. I feel like we've got Vision, like not where we're fighting for some. Yeah, like they have. Well, we have Vision all over bottom, which we just fought and won at. I feel like Vision was okay. It's bad top right now, but they just like took over our top jungle and set up vision here and won the fight, so we can't clean it out right now. Yeah, that's for sure. Speaking of not seeing them coming, thank goodness for the mid creep wave, so we at least know this is coming. Does it help? It's all 5 of them running through mid. That's a nice swap. Tether is not quite good enough for Death Ward. Yeah. Alright, we tether up. Try to get in this fight. They pick Witch Doctor, which is a mistake. Look at that teleport location. He goes behind the secret shop. Or the outpost shop. Is that the secret shop? That's the secret shop. And TP's out. And we all go running after Quap. And I am running into creeps. But eventually I touch her, and I have an Orb of Corrosion. And she slows down a bit. Yay. 1710. Looking a little better. I definitely called that there are a few of them dead and we should be pushing and get swapped into mid, but that's a less impactful swap. This, on the other hand, is not an unimpactful Death Ward, and we all have to run away. Oh yeah, the tether was the only thing keeping him up there, so absolutely had to stick around. The other thing I was trying to do was be in good places for him to swap to me, or to tether to me if he needed to run away more. I see. Oh, he doesn't have boots. Fascinating. He went Locket, Soul Ring. He made a really funny comment about going Soul Ring to have mana for Voodoo Restoration, where he's giving up life to get mana so he can use Voodoo Restoration to gain life. Which is a little silly. Yeah, I really like Holy Locket on this build. I feel like Radiance could also do very well on this, just because he's going to be in the fight for a long time. And the damage over time could really stack up. He's also kind of tanky off Gravekeeper's Cloak. But I like Holy Locket. I think that's a good pick. I don't know why he doesn't have boots. I guess he gets the move speed off his tether target. Does Io just not need boots? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There's another one. Oh, that's a big old swap. And we try to go in to help, and it's not going so hot. Thank goodness I'm a dog and can run away fast. Alright, well, 25 minutes, and we are feeling a little base locked, especially after a fight like that. Certainly feels like they're very well coordinated, and every time we move out, somebody gets swapped and exploded. Whoever is warding for us, I would like to say they're doing a great job. Like, our bottom triangle ward is still there, despite them attempting to deward in multiple locations. Sniper gets caught in triangle. Yeah, he's picking some good ward locations. And here comes the first spirit. And while we want to fight, we're all just kind of standing around looking at this spirit. Maledict, multiple nukes come down. I'm not tethered, so I explode. Sniper is in front for some reason, so he takes a lot of damage. Tether almost saves him, but he goes down too. And there is a killer swap. Brings the IO into the middle of the other team. It looked like he went invis for a second there or something. Oh, he's stone formed. Okay. Stone formed and didn't die. VS is a little out of position. We don't know about that. We end up getting the Not Winter Wyvern. Visage instead. Right. I think that is exactly what happened that fight. We ended up getting the better of that a little bit. Yeah, we went 500 gold in our favor. More damage done on our side. Interesting. So now they've all left our side of the map, and Io and I are out farming. But I can't help but notice that t5s is still in base right now. Is he scared to come out, or is he just distracted shopping? Eliminating creep waves that aren't there? Oh, I've been dead so much already. Let's look at the scores. We got an 8-3 Quap and a 7-1 Witch Doctor standing out on their team. We have a 1-4 and a 0-4 on our team, which are really the standouts. t5s is doing great at 5-5. Wind Ranger is currently 4-7, and I feel like she's got the build that's supposed to be getting kills. She also has her Witchblade and her Shadowblade, so she really wants to be picking people off, but because they're rolling together so effectively, she's really struggling to get pickoffs. Oh yeah, they've got VSD warding and they're all there. So here she goes trying to get her pickoff. Yeah, she tries to get her pickoff and she ends up fighting 5 heroes under a spirit. Gets exploded. I come in to try to join the fight, but I am too late and eat all the ults. I go down. Assassinate doesn't have enough damage to clean up the Earth Spirit. That's 2 for nothing. It's a bit of an oof of a fight right there. I can't help but notice that Quap is still on top of net worth. Just getting scarier and scarier. Preempting evasion with a Monkey King bar. I don't actually love this. I'm not sure why she's not building like actual damage items. Oopsies. Somebody just dropped 2 Observer wards mid instead of an Observer and a Sentry. That's hilarious. Yep. I would rather have somebody make mistakes warding and be warding than like not have somebody warding. Windrunner almost gets the catch on Earth Spirit, but just totally backs off. Wonder why she gave that up. Meanwhile, bottom, we got a 3-man push coming in on our tier 2. Try to get out front, try to get some vision out with Shrapnel. My team is here, but they're a little too far back. Tether brings him forward and we both end up stunned forever. It's quite annoying. The VS gets caught and takes a bunch of damage, but the Visage ends up healing for him. I will finally go down to the Quap, as will Io. But the Quap will die for Io, and Io's got the Reincarnate. Now we've got Shadow Fiend and Io tethered up, and their Quap is down. Witch Doctor blinks out of the fight. BS backs off. Visage backs off. They want to come back in for more. Death Ward goes down. Io survives it with the tether. Death Ward goes down again. Shadow Fiend survives it with the tether, and finally, Witch Doctor goes down. This is right about where the thing I was talking about starts happening, where despite them having all the crowd control in the world and tons of damage, a eventually they just wouldn't die. Like, that's the, what, third assassinate of this fight? Fourth? And, Mr. Bitch is just like, just go under tower and get him. And I'm like, I don't actually want to fight them under tower. Like, maybe a little bit sometimes. But I don't want to hang out under tower. I definitely don't want to hang out under Death Ward and under tower. So I keep, like, peeling back, but we were feeling good about this fight after seeing how long Shadow Fiend and IO stayed up. What is this, 32 minutes? So he's got his locket, got headdress. Yeah, there's no new, like, big item on here. But that's a kill for Mr. Bitch. Now there's 4 of us pressuring their high ground. 3 of them dead. I go for it and get swapped. That's one of the less impactful ones again, though, because there's nobody around. But I think it's safe to say we overstayed here. Not lucky, they were dead, but we definitely overstayed. Do you see how high the healing on me goes when he uses stone form? Yeah, the heals. The tethered stone form heals are absurd. The damage is also still completely absurd. There's another big swap on the Wind Ranger. She has some invis, but doesn't quite make it out. Nor does her ghost. So yeah, we had some good fight happen, but I think we just stayed way too long. Nio can't keep everybody up forever. The TP out is good. Shadow Fiend just runs away. And Mr. Bitch was pretty upset by this 3-person wipe, but I also took a moment to say, hey, we just got 2 towers. That's not so bad. Got the bottom tier 2 and the bottom tier 3. We got a bunch of damage on their racks. Like, yeah, we ended up dying, but like that was an okay push. Feeling like, oh hey, speaking of silly things, look at Sniper right now, and can we back up a few seconds? I'm gonna go to, well, before Sniper's up there, and I'll figure out where I'm at. Let's stop at 34 minutes even, and then unpause together. Let's see that again, because this shit is so silly. Witch Doctor starts doing this at this point in the game. He's already had some killer swaps, but this is just rude and hilarious. You're at 34 minutes? Alright, 3, 2, 1, play. Sniper runs into triangle. Witch Doctor sees him, runs up to him, locks him in place, blinks on the ward tower, and swaps. And walks away. Oh man. James was so salty. He's going, does anybody have something to get me off this tower? Force staff or anything? Because yeah, he's got nothing. His TV's got a 30-second cooldown and he has no force mobility. Like, he's just hanging out up there. Yep. So waiting for the ancient camp to respawn, I suppose. Meanwhile, Wind Ranger goes on Quap up top, finally catches somebody alone, and with the stun off Shadow Fiend, that is a pretty easy looking kill for the Wind Ranger. Which is funny because like that's actually really hard earned. Like, we haven't caught them alone really at all this game. Speaking of getting caught alone, Sniper is in danger bottom and is just stunned the entire time for that fight. And the skeletons come up, and that is a big push onto our T2 in bottom lane. And there's 3 of them here to protect the push also, so it's not like we can contest this easily. Look at Witch Doctor blinking off into the trees. What's he doing over there? What's he doing over there? I don't think that one comes to fruition, but yeah, I know exactly what he was doing. So mean. That's the kind of swap that just leaves you feeling disoriented too. Oh yeah. That's another really good swap blink combo. Brings down the Shadow Fiends before they start their high ground push. And we just decide we need to YOLO go for it to counter the push. And it goes okay. Veg gets into the forest and TP's out. Like you mentioned, Earth Spirit's incredibly difficult to catch between Wind Run and his push. And also his Gleipnir at this point. So we run at him for a while, and eventually we're just like, alright, that's not happening. Meanwhile, Witch Doctor is still hanging out in our forest. Trying to find places he can blink to not die. And indeed, he gets out. So impressive and so rude. Where did that fight start? 32? 33? I don't know. I'm going to say 32. No, I just wanna watch some of those shenanigans in the replay. Oh, it was actually 34, wasn't it? Where are we backed up to? Right. Alright, Quap goes down mid as we actually get on her all together. Got some good vision. We're a little bit spread out. Looks like they're getting ready to do something about this. Gathering together at their mid T2. I go shopping. Like you said, I did in fact go for a Desolator. I'm also going to go for an Abyssal Blade because I feel like I can just run at them, and my goodness, do we need stuns. And we get super caught under tower. The swap on Io brings him all the way behind the tier 2. But then he kind of whiffs on the nukes. And Io's able to blink over to me with Tether. There's another infinity long stun after we tether together, but the team blows up the spirit for us, and with that tether, we don't go down this time. And that's a T2 for us. They're all up. As much as I want to, we decide not to go top right now. Instead, it's time to back off and hit this Roshan. So I have to say for this build, I had some chunky clicks. I had like pretty consistent right clicks in the like 500 damage range. As the game got a little bit later. It seemed pretty good. We give the Aegis to Sniper, since he's a squishy squish. We decide to smoke and go hunting. Witch Doctor catches us with that amazingly random timing placed ward. And blinks out. That's interesting. I think Witch Doctor, like, is bad with Shadow Rays. Like, he just missed the creep wave bottom on 1 out of 3 hits. And that's creeps. You've got all the time in the world to line up those shots and take your aim. And he's been playing fantastically well with Nether Swap and Blink and Maledict. But, like, yeah, I feel like somebody probably talked him into Shadow Rays, and that's just not an ability he's super comfortable with. He tries to go on the Windranger, who just teleported to bottom, where we are pushing in, trying to go for some high grounds. Alas, there are too many heroes there, so we back off. So I would say the big change I've noticed is Shadow Fiend has Ags. It makes me a little less salty how much he was farming early, because like these long-range stuns he's throwing off have been so helpful. Uh-oh. That's another big old swap. And Io is suddenly standing under the T3 mid. Luckily, he has reincarnate and doesn't just totally die. He's very out of position, and then we're stuck standing under spirits. And then I try to fight without Io tethered to me, and I just melt so fast. And suddenly we're all standing around scratching ourselves going, what just happened? Why did we do any of that? The swap to catch Sniper is good. It costs Witch Doctor his life, but they get the Aegis on Sniper. Meanwhile, Wind Ranger catches Queen of Pain a little bit out of position, picks up that kill. Sniper continues fighting, but Wind Ranger can't get in there in time, or chooses not to. And by the time the fight washes over to her, she gets exploded. She doesn't die when she dies, though, and will pick up the Earth Spirit. And Shadow Fiend walks out, since he's pretty much an assassinate machine at this point. He's at a 6-second cooldown on assassinate, and I'm pretty sure all he does for the rest of the game is stand 2 screens away and throw assassinates into fights. Which honestly isn't half bad. You know what else is interesting here is even though we it feels a little bit like we just got wrecked in that fight, I think it was about a 3-for-3 all told, and we got racks out of it. Like, that... Oh god, it would be a double assassinate every single time it comes off cooldown. It's already a less than 7-second cooldown, like, that would be so scary. Just a little. I agree. But it is keeping him in mana for his ult, and the cooldown thing is getting a little bit wasted. But having mana for his ult every time, like a 300 mana ult on an agility hero, like you can't just cast that every 3 seconds for any meaningful amount of fight. But like every fight we've had at this point, he's just constantly throwing it out. For the concussive grenade? Interesting. Yeah, that would be a good add. Can't help but notice that they are all together top and just caught Wind Ranger. Wasn't looking when it happened, but Wind Ranger got Venge, and the rest of them got there and caught Wind Ranger. One thing that was definitely frustrating about this game is that Wind Ranger was often doing her own thing, and she was playing pretty well, but she was not team fighting consistently by any means. That's probably true. And it's also possible that like most of what you heard from us was like, Wind Ranger, go with the group, what are you doing? Oh yeah, there's one of those moments where Shadow Fiend just blows up the wave with a double scream. Do you need more farm? Do you? What? Yeah. Yeah, maybe. It's true. Run toward them and drop the Abyssal Blade on the Quap. And when we catch them, they explode just as fast as we've been exploding all game, so that's nice. Yeah, I picked up the Titan Sliver and the Sage instead of going for BKB this game. I wanted SNY because I felt like it would just be a little more consistent. Yeah, BKB would have been a perfectly reasonable option at any point. I just don't love BKB. It gives you such a short damage window. Yeah, and there are definitely moments this game where we try to make things happen. And Io gets swapped. This was so silly. I wish I had the conversation we were having recorded. Oh yeah, but like stay in range, stay in range. Now, why did I run forward right there? I don't know. I think I thought the death ward was like ending because it had been up for a while, but I definitely just fucking face planted into a death ward right there. That was the big old whoopsies on my part. So Quap has dropped off a little bit on net worth. Finally. And it is now Sniper and Wind Ranger taking over the gold supply. Wind Ranger has a Glipner, which is kind of a duh on that build. It's excellent. I like it. I like the Witchblade. Yeah, solid build. Meanwhile, we've got a big push coming down mid. All four of them together. Skeletons going in first. They're going right for that tower. There's a big swap. That is a very dead Wind Ranger on that swap. Mid tower goes down. Rax goes down. Second Rax goes down, and they skedaddle. The only one not up is Wind Ranger. Do we got him? Maybe. Yay, Assassinate gets him. We'll take one kill. I think that might be all we get, though, because getting to these guys is a pain. Oh, hey, we just ran past the double damager on top. I get swapped in, despite the tether to save me. Death ward hits too hard. And I die. Wind Ranger's about to come back up, but not for the first time this game. Especially in the late game, we kind of find ourselves going, we should fight. No, wait, somebody's dead. Let's not fight quite yet. Let's wait till they're back up. And then somebody else dies. Yeah, I think that might have been a good choice. I kind of went Tunnel Vision on the Armor Melt build, which I think was good for my team, but it definitely wasn't good for my score. That is a second Roche for us. It looks like we've got a moment here without too much happening. We farm our jungle, they farm their jungle, we wait for Wind Ranger to come back up, some lanes get pushed. Let's look at builds for a second here. So Earth Spirit is their Death Ward guy, and he's got Cloak of Flames, Spirit Vessel, Glipner, Ags. I like it. All pretty much built all around his Death Ward. BS goes to push top, and Sniper is right there, but doesn't want any of that apparently. Sniper's got Butterfly. Oh, he's gonna go with the Illuminate to push. Okay. He's got Butterfly, Crit, Hurricane Pike, BKB, Boots in his backpack, and Space on his person. I'm so confused. Shiva with the BKB, or Shiva, well, Vengeful Spirit with the Shivas, Moonshard, Ghost Scepter, Moonshard? Did she just eat her own Moonshard? Did she give that to somebody else? She gave the Moonshard to Quap. Okay. That's awesome. That was a really good play. And now she's going bottom to support her Spirit. Who else has noteworthy builds? VS, with all their crowd control, has Ags, Blink, and Mana Boots. Well, excellent. I would really like to see a Mantis style on VS. I don't know if she knows about the river sticks you can make with Ags and Spirits, but that's what I would have built on this for sure. Shadow Fiend is using all of his gold from Ethereal Blade to build support and caster stuff. He's got Lincoln Sphere, which he has been using on the team, and Octarine Core and Ags. Very interesting. Witch Doctor has a Glipner. Yeah, Lotus Orb would have been huge this game. Witch Doctor has Glipner, Aether Lens, and Kaya and Sange. Fascinating choices. I like it. A little bit of toughness and just a general caster build. Quap. Quap is, I hate Quap's builds. No damage. Where's the actual damage items? Meanwhile, top things are happening. Looks like we're trying to catch this VS. Oh, but that bouncy bounce and the tether thing happens again. And VS gets all the time in the world to TP out, despite 4 of us going after it. Yikes. Windranger decides to take the opportunity to TP bottom and will catch the Visage. And that stun focus fire is quite deadly now. With the Silver Edge, Witchblade, Maelstrom setup. Looks like she's going to upgrade the Witchblade to a Revenant's Brooch, and that really gives her the burst damage she needs for this to be super consistent. I distinctly remember right about here, we're like, wait a second. 3 of them are dead. What are we doing? Why aren't we pushing? We should be pushing. Maybe some lack of coordination every now and then was a thing this game. Check out the vision right now. They've got a deep, what is this thing called? A deep sentry ward, like right outside of our base, as well as tower vision in top jungle and in their triangle. And then we have vision like everywhere else. Our entire top jungle, and then our triangle and their jungle. Vision everywhere. We try to collapse on their triangle, but Quap gets out. And they are coming back up. Quap doesn't know who to shoot at with the long-range business. And they don't even defend their top tier 2, which I think is the right choice. They're just all getting back up. I think trying for the high ground defense is a good call. Yes, sticks his nose out a little bit. I suspect that might be swap bait. There's the blink tether swap, brings in the sniper who pops BKB. Suddenly it seems like maybe they bit off more than they can chew. But we end up backing off once the spirit is down, messing up our fight. That feels like it was really close to disaster. We're going to reclaim the outpost. We have now taken over vision in their triangle. Seems pretty good. Seems pretty good. They've gone for fully defensive sentries. Windranger goes on VS top and gets her this time. There's no backup to be spoken of. Yeah, they're like waiting for a high ground push, but for some reason VS is all the way out top lane. So I don't know who their coach was and why they were not able to tell their VS to like wait for the team fight. But that's a pick-off we 100% should not have had access to. But the Revenant's Brooch is done on the Windranger. That's very scary. We've got an Ethereal Blade cool. Lots of big long stuns coming out. Looks like they're going to try to go on our Shadow Fiend bottom. And while he is caught under the Quap, Wind Ranger goes in and explodes the Quap. And the Earth Spirit. That's a big fight, and that is 4 buybacks in quick succession. And I'm pretty sure we're all saying, like, push, push, push. Wait, wait, wait. No, 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 don't push. I tried to do the split push thing top because I thought they were all bottom, but 3 of them came for me. And just Quap is enough to hold bottom with all those buybacks. We were second guessing where we could fight. So that's a failed split. Mid, the fight finally actually happens. Wind Ranger goes down. Big old death word on the IO. IO gets caught by the Glipner. Wind Ranger starts pushing people out of position. The Witch Doctor gets out with a legendary swap. That was pretty amazing. What was that at? 57? Wow. And the fight kind of fizzled out. Wind Ranger has died, I've died. And now there's 3 of us holding an aggressive position. Yeah, all their crowd control is so frustrating and problematic. His BKB is, of course, down to 6 seconds at this point in the game. So yeah, this is another one of those, like, we're doing okay in fights at this point, but considering 2 of us are down, we kind of just feel like we have to hold off. I realize what's working really well for us is we have them base locked, so we're just gaining and gaining on the gold advantage. Like, we're down 7 kills right now, but we're up 30k net worth, which is huge. There's a big swap. The IO will pop, but that's an IO with Reincarnate. So he's still up for now. But there is no tether target available. Either that or tether's still on cooldown. There we go, the tether comes up. That's going to keep Sniper and IO alive both. Now there's 4 of them pressuring bottom. And 1 lone wolf putting the pressure on top as well. It seems like this time they are here bottom for this fight. Big old death word hits everybody. Quap gets on the IO. He will not get out, I believe. But alas, the Gravekeeper's Cloak saves him again. Was it? We did get a Rax out of bottom that fight. And I kept the pressure on top, but I wasn't able to take anything. Yeah, he's in 4K. Maybe he needs the secret shop, or maybe he just doesn't know what to buy. He's also very possibly just holding for buyback. Yeah. Alright, here we go again with the pressure on bottom. Shadow Fiend and Sniper decide they're just going to hit the racks and then get distracted. Sniper just hits the racks, but gets caught by the Queen of Pains, Scatty, and will go down. I mean, he got racks for it. I feel like that's okay. Guess who else got some racks? It's me, mid. I just got the mid tower and one of the 2 mid racks, and almost got the second one before Quap got me. Alright, so 4 of us died for that push, but that's 2 racks and a tower. We had a few exchanges like this at the end of the game. It's like, ruh-roh, people are dying. Alright, don't worry, that one's just an illusion, guys. Windrunner's already dead. But yeah, we've had a bunch of exchanges like this where we, like, do base damage, but we all die for it. Or at least a bunch of us do. Hey, tier 5s. So this is really interesting because a lot of us are down, and they 100% should be spreading out all over the map and killing jungle camps wherever they can right now. And they decide to just run straight down mid. There's no racks for them to take. The option is end if they go mid. I buy back. We fort. I go doggo form. I get swapped forward and explode. It's not great. It's not great. What is that, 61? They are back on pressuring mid towers. Yeah, sure. Then I wouldn't have my other items. Wind Ranger goes down, but the Ag's ult keeps her up for a little bit. Eventually Quaff will claim that kill. We did get the Witch Doctor in all this mayhem. And they didn't accomplish much. They got some damage on one of our T4s. Check out Visage with this Havoc Hammer. Cool. Why? I don't know. Maybe she can blink to the far side of people and like bonk them toward her team. Alright, they have realized it is past 60 minutes. Earth Spirit finds a Stygian Desolator and is like, oh hey, I'm gonna jungle. I think T5s are good. Io and Sniper decide that the jungle creep they want is Roshan. It's all going so well until that Spirit comes down on the team. Thank goodness for Tether. They're both still up, but once the Death Ward comes down, that's a little too much. Sniper dies. Io's in trouble. Shadow Fiend shows up. Windrunner shows up. Now there's 3 of them on Roche, who will go down quickly. Oh yeah, they had vision there. They knew we were rushing. They let us go for a while too, before they jumped on us. Oh, our beautiful 30k gold lead has diminished 18k in the last like 5 minutes. Suddenly they and we both have vision all over our side of the map. And us having 2.5 sets of racks downs just doesn't feel so secure anymore right now. They are out of support, we're out of carry. Earth Spirit is being a little aggressive mid, but it looks like he's going to have plenty of space to get out. Is it Shadow Fiend? Oh, that's hilarious. Alright, well, I've got, like you said, all the armor melt, plus S and Y. I decided to sell my orb and go for a strength link for late game, but I get caught mid and just barely get out with my ult. Meanwhile, Wind Ranger takes all the damage, Io goes down, but has reincarnate. Gleipners both hit creep waves. Not sure what that was all about. It looks like they are ready to continue this push. But it's into everybody now. Yeah, they don't have vision high ground and they're pushing into the full team, so they do decide to peel off here. Yeah, they've definitely, they don't have a fully damage committed right clicker. I feel like they have pretty much 4 supports and like kind of a right clicker, but it's not on hit effect right clicker. Like you don't want that to be your only right clicker. Because builds like Sniper's builds With all that crit and damage and agility, will just hit harder late game than you can hope to do with on-hit effects proccing. Witch Doctor gets vision on our tower, sees me at our tower, blinks on the tower, and swaps me. So mean. So mean. Luckily, I am a never not boots of travel, so I just travel right off of that tower and go farm some creeps. Also, he gave me the wards he just put up there, which is hilarious. Did you see it? Did you see it? Oh man, so he swaps me onto the tower top off of one of our tier 5 neutral items and then abandons it. Oh man. I don't think he knew it was there. He was focused on getting me up onto the tower. He did a good job of that. And they bring down, or we bring down the Quap, but she reincarnates off the Aegis. Now we are in a very messy fight, but Quap goes down, Earth Spirit goes down, and while they're both dead on diebacks, it's been long enough that they both have buybacks up. And meanwhile, bottom, VS is pushing. Nope, Quap is showing up to push. She gets caught. That's a double dieback for Quap. Don't see that very often. Witch Doctor goes down, VS goes down. Suddenly, we have all the time and space in the world to make something happen. I'm sure we're going to get our push together, right? Oh, nope, that's 2 more buybacks. Did I mention this game is an absolute banger? Yeah, it's 67 minutes into this game. So right now, I know that their Earth Spirit has a Giant's Ring, and I'm super jealous, and I'm just like, oh man, I really wish we had a Giant's Ring. And I'm farming the neutral camps. We've got 4. We got 4 out of 5. I'm pretty much settling for the Falling Star here, because I don't think I'm going to get the Giant's Ring. Shadow Fiend, meanwhile, pushes top alone and gets caught. Can he get out? No, he cannot. Maledict is strong. Shadow Fiend goes down. Suddenly we're 4 versus 5 pushing uphill. This just doesn't seem like a good idea anymore. There it is. Wind Ranger farming our jungle. Finds a Giant Ring and equips it. Nah, don't worry. She's nice. She equips it for a second, but I ask her for it, and she, in fact, sends it to the secret shop. And while I can't prove this in comms, I say thank you. I definitely say thank you. Alright, that is a Blink Dagger on me, that is a Giant's Ring on me, and I just want to hang out and farm for a second longer. Because I am so close to my Strength Blink. There it is. Gotta know a build is good when you need 69 minutes to get all your items together. Oh, I had such a rough game. I feel like I've done good things for my team and been in the right place many times, but I am 313. So heavy. Alright. Looks like we are posturing up for a big final showdown bottom. Is this the fight? Wind Ranger's not here. I blink in, I stun, I get caught, I eat a Maledict, I eat some Death Ward. I get swapped back into the fight, but the tether is strong with this one. They don't go down. Visage goes down. Ring, it makes me big enough to fight the Earth Spirit. But not quite big enough to stand in Death Ward, so I'm going to back off from that. Instead of full-on running toward it. Visage goes down. I don't know where that happened. I didn't see it. Can we back like 20 seconds? I'm at 17:20 right now, or 70:20. Oh, no, that's not far enough. Wait, when is Visage alive again? Let's go to 70 minutes. Exactly. Okay. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. I'm just keeping an eye on Visage through this fight. So Visage pushes forward while we have the death ward up. Ah, Sniper jumps on him. Oh yeah, Sniper just blows him up. Straight up. Sniper got a scatty. Look at this well-rounded carry build on our Sniper. It hits so hard. Alright, so I was looking right at that. Didn't see it. Amazing. Also, meanwhile, mid, Wind Ranger just caught their Vengeful Spirit. So now that's 2 of them dead. I'm pretty sure at least one, maybe both of them is dead on dieback. 70 minutes into this game, and we're thinking it's time to push in all the lanes and see if we can get a pick off on somebody and go uphill. We don't have towers to go through, so I'm saying to the team, if I see anybody, I'm going to go on them, or maybe I'm just going to go up, and then we see the quap come through right here. I say, I'll take that. That's a blink on the quap. Look at how gigantic Earth Spirit and I are. We're building size. So silly. I really want to get Giant's Ring on a character model with all the other abilities increasing character model size. Berserker's Blood, Decay, and Grow, and a Giant's Ring. That's the dream. And Flesh Heap. Flesh Heap. Alright, with a few of them down to start this fight and a good catch at the beginning of the fight. I think that's all she wrote. Witch Doctor gets a good swap on me, but it's not enough. And the Radiant Ancient explodes. GG. If you made it through this incredibly long video, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I had fun casting it. Glad Stargate was here. I would have no voice left at this point. Catch me streaming Tuesdays and Thursdays. Find me on Patreon if you want more content. Until the next one, good luck, have fun, and don't die. That was a game. Alright, on to the post game for the patrons.